Mitchell.
We good?
Number 20, Nate Cleveland. Number 21, Blake Schmitz. And number 23, Champ Mitchell. Head coach for the Rebels is Tim Caribou. Now, for your Mountain Lake area, Comfrey Wolverines, number 10, Damon Kambangsa. Number 12, Kobe Green. Number 30, Jordan Toll. And number 32, Cade Wassman. Head coach for the Wolverines is Sean Knight.
All right, welcome to Mountain Lake Auditorium. We have an afternoon game today between the Murray County Central Rebels and the Mountain Lake area Comfrey Wolverines. The Wolverines come into tonight with an 8-8 overall record, 8-7 in the conference. MCC is 10-6 overall and 9-6 in the conference. The Wolverines have won 3 games in a row, and Murray County 5 of their last 7, so both teams pretty hot, and we'll see how it goes. The Rebels win the opening tip, and Schmitz has it on the right side. Schmitz throws it back to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in to Johnson. Johnson drives baseline, goes up, no good. Rebound tapped out to the Rebels. And Chance Mitchell's going to take it to the hole, up and no good. Nickel with the rebound. Nickel brings the ball up for the Wolverines. He's kind of been the key to why the Wolverines have been so hot as of late. Toll has it, short corner, skips over to Kermeen. Kermeen into the corner to Nickel. Nickel, high post Toll. Toll, little drop pass Wassman. Wassman up, no good, no foul call, and it's going to be Rebel basketball. Schmitz brings it up for the Rebels. Throws it over to Mitchell. Mitchell throws it over to Johnson. Johnson goes baseline. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell goes baseline now. And Kimbonks is going to pick up the charge. Mitchell is a little out of control over there. First time these two teams met was in mid-February. The Wolverines came out on the losing end, 43-60, so they're looking to maybe get a little bit of revenge tonight. They shot 35% from the field that game. Been a little bit hotter lately from the field, shooting about 50% the last 3 games. Kimbonks drives in. Nice little dump pass to Kermeen. Kermeen can't put in the easy layup. Use the board, Colby. Schmitz at the top, guarded by Nickel. Throws it over to Clevin. Clevin over to Johnson. Johnson looks at Mitchell, throws it to the other Mitchell, and gets it back to Clevin, who almost turns it over, but Schmitz corrals it. Gets a shot off, no good. Kermeen with the rebound. Both teams starting off kind of cold, scoreless through the first 2 minutes. Kimbonks has it. Left wing, 3-point shot, up, no good. And Clevin with the rebound for the Rebels. Schmitz going to slow the pace down for the Rebels. Schmitz, nice little crossover, drives all the way in. Good help side defense by the Wolverines. And they're going to push the ball up the floor. Nickel has it in the corner. Drives in, gets the ball tipped. And it's going to be Wolverine basketball. Nickel inbounds the ball for the Wolverines. Throws it up to Kermeen. Left wing, over middle. Jordan Toll back to Nickel. Nickel wide open 3-point shot. Short, no good. We're now 3 minutes into this game, and we're scoreless on both sides. Good old-fashioned Red Rock Conference basketball. Going to be played in the 30s and 40s. Rebels get their own rebound. Mitchell for 3, up and good. Rebels take a 3-0 lead. Rebels now in a press. Looks like a 2-2-1 press. Gave the Wolverines some trouble the first time they played, and it gives them trouble here. Wolverines still playing man-to-man. Johnson with the ball, top of the key, hands off to Schmitz. Schmitz throws it over to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in. Mid-range jumper, no good, but Cleven's going to get the rebound. And then puts up a shot. Wolverines don't box out again. Wolverines killed on the boards thus far. And Schmitz is going to put it in. Nas not too happy with the effort, and he's going to call timeout. All right, so hopefully Coach Noss woke him up a little bit here. The Rebels already have 4 offensive rebounds on the night. So 5-0 lead for the Rebels with 14:25 left in the first half. Wolverines got to wake up, got to play with some urgency, or we're going to have a repeat of the last time we played. Rebels still in their press. Wolverines break it, and then slow it up to run an offensive set. Kermeen has it right wing, throws it over to Nickel. Nickel into Wassman. Wassman skip to Kimvaksa. Kimvaksa pulls it back out. Throws it over to Nickel. Nickel over to Kimvaksa. Kimvaksa over to Kermeen. Kermeen drives in. Floater, no good. And the Wolverines are held to just one chance. And Chant Mitchell with a nice mid-range jumper. 7-0 lead for the Rebels. Not the start we were looking for. Kermeen throws it over to Kimvaksa. Kimvaksa drives through. Nice little dump pass to Wassman, who gets blocked by the rim. This looks like a very, very similar game to the first time these two teams played, which is not what you want going into playoff time. You want some improvement. Schmitz, long three, no good. Toll rebound. Kimvaksa pushes it up, left wing. Kimvaksa to Toll, Toll to Kermeen. Kermeen into Wassman. Wassman over to Nickel. Nickel three-point shot up and no good. Again, Rebels holding the Wolverines to just one shot per possession. Mitchell looks in at Cleven. Cleven gets it, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson to other Mitchell. Other Mitchell back to Johnson. Johnson to Chant Mitchell, who drives in, spin move, and he's going to travel. Checking in for the Wolverines is Carter Olson, freshman point guard. Checking out is Kobe Kermeen. Rebels still in their press. Olsen dribbles through the middle. Nice little pass to Nickel, and he misses the layup. First time these two teams played, they had a lot of looks like that after breaking the press, and they didn't put any of them in as well. So if I'm the Rebels, I'm just going to keep doing it. Olsen, nice little tap, and it should be Wolverine ball. Was tipped, but then they had possession again, but oh well. Rebels going to call timeout. All right, coming out of that timeout for the Rebels. 7-0 lead still for the Rebels. 12 minutes left in the first half. Wolverines, like I said, they'd come in on a 3-game winning streak. All started with Southwest Christian, the big upset in Red Rock Conference play. Shocked many, including myself probably. And they beat Adrian Ellsworth and Red Rock Central. So we'll see if they can claw their way back in. Not making it easy on themselves. And the Rebels take a 10-0 lead. Olsen skips it across to Wassman. Wassman Throws it to Toll. Toll to Olsen. Olsen turns it over. Johnson has the ball top of the key for the Rebels. Throws it over to Schmitz. Schmitz kicks it over to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Schmitz. Schmitz back to Mitchell. And they take a long wild three. That's no good. Kimvanksa pushes the ball up the court. Left-handed layup finally breaks the scoring drought. Kimvanksa is another reason the Wolverines have gone on a little run here in the last week or so. Kimvanksa's given really good energy to the Wolverines. Suffered an ankle injury early in the season, just didn't really have any spark for a while, but he's back and the Wolverines have played well a lot of times because of him. Mitchell, mid-range jumper, no good. Clevin rebound, no good, but he gets fouled. Clevin is killing the Wolverines on the boards. Wolverines, stat boy Spencer gave me this. I should give him credit. Second to last game of the year. Gave me the stat. The Wolverines have 0 offensive rebounds, and the Rebels already have 5. So 10-2, and that shows. Clevin, second free throw up, no good. Toll with the rebound. Toll gets it over to Nickel. Nickel over to Olsen. Olsen back to Nickel. Nickel skips it over to Kimvanksa. Kimvanksa looks in. Drives in, throws it to Toll in the short corner. Toll kind of buried himself there and, ooh, had a tough shot. Schmitz ball top key. Gets a pick. Throws it over to Clevin. Clevin. Over to Johnson. Johnson to number 3, Deacon, who had checked in. I missed that. But the Rebels are going to be called for an illegal screen. 10-2 lead for the Rebels. 10:20 left in the first half. Kimvanksa has the ball in the middle. Drives in. Gets the layup up and good. Kimvanksa, all 4 points for the Wolverines. Cuts the lead to 6. Schmitz with the ball, top of the key. Takes the pick. Drives all the way in. Turns around, throws it back to Champ Mitchell. Champ Mitchell throws it back to Johnson. Johnson, really good running back for the Rebels in the fall. Pretty good point guard. Throws it over to Champ Mitchell. Champ Mitchell throws it in, and Toll's going to reach around to tip it away. And he's going to be called for a foul. Coach Noss looking for some consistency with the Zebras. Clevin with the ball inside, backs down Toll, and gets a 2-point shot. Nickel throws it corner to Olsen. Olsen, 3-point shot up and good. I got to coach him for a couple years and seen every game this year. I don't think I've ever seen him hit a corner 3. Maybe that's his spot. I don't know if I've ever seen him take a corner 3. Mitchell with the ball, skips it across to Johnson. Johnson throws it back to Schmitz. Schmitz fights off some pressure, hands off to Deacon. Deacon over to Johnson. Deacon throws up a prayer, no good. Schmitz rebound, no good. And it's going to be off the Wolverines. Again, Wolverines getting killed on the boards. Johnson checks out for the Rebels, and so does Chant Mitchell. Coming back in is Colton Mitchell and number 4, Abe Paulzine. Deacon with the ball, right wing. Throws it over to Schmitz. Oh. Wolverines still in their zone, not good, and the Rebels get another rebound. Oh, this is getting old. Deacon, another three-point shot, up no good, and the Rebels get another offensive rebound. That's 8 for them. Wolverines scrambling, and Olsen finally corrals a rebound. Nickel, ball right wing, up and good. Cuts the lead, 12-10. 12-10. Lead for the Rebels, 7:52 left in the first half. Wolverines in their zone. Schmidt splits it, way too easy. Wide open look for Deacon. Deacon, another prayer, no good. Wolverines could tie the game for the first time if they score here, or take the lead. Olsen, ball, left wing. Throws it into Toll. Toll dribbles in, hands off to Wassman. Wassman, little corner shot, in and out, no good. Good look for the Wolverines there. Toll looks gassed. Walls checking in, my guess is it's going to be for him. Ball's tapped around. Olsen fights for it. And it's going to be Wolverine ball. Wall's going to check in for Toll. Good little hustle play there for Olsen. Again, Wolverines, one of the reasons they've been hot lately is Olsen and Kivonks at the top of that zone, getting a lot of tip passes, a lot of little hustle plays. Led to some easy buckets for the Wolverines, so hopefully they can get it going. Kermeen, bad pass inside, stolen by Paulzine. Paulzine throws it over to Deacon. Deacon throws it back to Paulzine. Paulzine dribbles in, throws it to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to lose it, and it's going to be Wolverine basketball. As Johnson and Chant Mitchell are going to check in for Clevin and Deacon. Olsen, ball, left wing, throws it to Wall. Wall over to Kermeen. Kermeen into Wassman. Wassman over to Olsen. Olsen drives in, throws it over to Wall. Wall steps through, and he's going to get a little body called on him. It's going to be on Johnson. The Wolverines are on a 10-2 run after the Rebels started out 10-0. Nas wants to call on the shot, but Wolverines are going to take it out, and Nickel's going to throw it into Olsen. Olsen drives in, kicks it over to Kermeen, right wing, three-point shot, no good. Colton Mitchell with the rebound. Mitchell throws it to Johnson. Johnson over to Mitchell. Mitchell into other Mitchell. Back to Colton Mitchell. Paulzine over to Schmitz. Schmitz over to Paulzine. Paulzine, mid-range shot, no good. Nickel rebound. Nickel, top of the key, throws it over to Wassman. Wassman over to Olsen. Olsen trapped in the corner, throws it back to Wassman. Wassman's got to square up and go to the hole there. He doesn't. They get it over to Nickel. Nickel lets us forget about that mistake with this three-point shot. And the Wolverines have their first lead of the night with 5:47 left in the first half, 13-12. Schmidt, mid-range jumper, no good. Kermeen with the rebound as the Rebels have gone ice cold. Kermeen drives in, reverse layup, up and in. 15-12 lead for the Wolverines. Wolverines on a 15-2 run as Olsen picks up a foul. Oh, no foul. No foul. The timeout for the Rebels was called before he got fouled, so Olsen kind of got bailed out there. Timeout Rebels. Their second timeout of the half. We'll take a break. All right, Again, Wolverines have a 15-12 lead with 5:26 left in the first half. Pretty clean game from both teams. Wolverines have 2 fouls called on them. The Rebels have 3. Schmitz has it right wing. Uses a pick, throws it over to Mitchell. Mitchell throws it into Champ Mitchell. Champ Mitchell to Clevin. Gets it over to Colton Mitchell. Colton Mitchell, no good, and Nickel gets the rebound. Wolverines have cleaned it up on the boards a little bit here. Kermeen has it. Little shot in the corner, up and in. 17-12 lead for the Wolverines. The Rebels have gone ice cold. Clevin has the ball, kicks it over to Schmidt. Schmidt's 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound, Kermeen. Kermeen, top of the key, has it slapped away by Schmitz. And then Kimvongsa with the nice hustle play, and he's tripped by Schmitz. And the Wolverines have the momentum. Schmitz, very nice player for the Rebels, has about a 7-foot wingspan. Killed the Wolverines the first time around. I think he hit 4 or 5 threes. Gave the Wolverines a lot of trouble on defense as well. Kimvongsa is going to have the ball, left wing. Drives in, throws it to Toll. Toll's going to take a wide open 3-point shot. No good. Johnson throws it over to Schmitz. Schmitz back to Johnson. Johnson, easy, wide open 3-point shot. Those are not looks that the Wolverines want to give them. Let them get back in the game. 17-14 lead for the Wolverines. Rebels come out in man. Kermeen has it. Throws it over to Wall. Wall to Toll. Toll gets the layup, and he's fouled by Clevin. Toll's going to go to the line. So far, Toll is scoreless on the night, I believe. Yes, scoreless on the night. And he misses that free throw. He's going to stay scoreless. Clevin has to come out with 2 fouls on him now. He's the one that's given the Wolverines a lot of trouble inside rebounding, so that's a good thing for the Wolverines. Toll, second free throw up and good. He has his first point of the half. 18-14 lead for the Wolverines, 3:37 left. Paulzine has it high post, throws it to Johnson. Johnson to Mitchell. Mitchell into other Mitchell. Mitchell drives into Schmidt. Schmidt's too easy, going to go up, and he's going to go to the line. It's going to be a foul on Wyatt Wall, which is good because they could have maybe called it on Ethan Nickel. So first foul on Wyatt Wall for the night. Schmitz puts it up and in. 18-15 lead for the Wolverines. 3:25 left in the first half. Wall's going to come out. Olsen's going to go in. Second free throw up and no good. Rebels get the rebound. It's just being tapped around everywhere, and I have no clue whose ball it's going to be. And the Wolverines are going to get the ball. Both teams scrambling around. 18-15 lead with 3:15 left in the first half. He made the first one, missed the second. Kermeen has the ball left wing, throws it over to Kimvongsa. Kimvongsa into Toll, and he can't handle the pass. And Olsen's going to be called for a foul. Which, if that's his first... No, that's his first. All right, 18-15 lead for the Wolverines with 2:45 left in the first half. Convoxa with the nice little steal, top of the zone, and then he's going to be called for a double dribble, which he did. He did. I almost kicked the camera over there. Cameraman Colby let me know beforehand or we would have had disaster on our hands. And it's going to be Wolverine basketball. It looked like it was kicked out by Nickel, but it's going to be Wolverine ball. Both teams. This is an ugly game. You can tell it's a Saturday afternoon. Wassman has the ball right corner, drives in, and he travels. This is like old school Red Rock Conference basketball. Final score is going to be 39-36. And Statman Spencer's writing that down. He'll hold me to it. Deacon with the ball at the top for the Rebels. Hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Johnson. Johnson over to Mitchell. Mitchell gets a pick from Schmitz. Mid-range jumper, and Kim Vonks is going to be called for stealing the basketball. Rebels inbound in the basketball, trail by 3 with 2 minutes left in the first half. Champ Mitchell drives in, long arms, nice little reverse layup, no good. Nickel with the rebound. Nickel throws it over to Convoxa. Convoxa will take the long 3, no good. Schmitz turnaround jumper, no good. Kermeen with the rebound, 1:41 left. Olsen, right wing, pulls it back out. Skips it over to Kermeen. Kermeen, three-point shot, up and no good. 0 Wolverines hit the boards there. If you're going to shoot threes, you better be hitting the boards on those long rebounds. Mitchell throws it over to Deacon. Deacon throws it to Johnson. Johnson throws it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets the ball stolen by Convoxa. Convoxa gets it to Toll. Toll back to Convoxa. Both teams are going to be limping to the half. Nickel drives in, throws up a wild shot, no good, and then on the putback he gets fouled. I think both teams got to be shooting in the teens percentage-wise. Not a great half shooting here by either team. Nickel's first free throw is up and good. So Wassman's going to check in for Toll. Nickel, second free throw, no good. Wassman, rebound, up and in. Coach Nass was calling out the defense, and the ref thought that he meant timeout by his hand signal, so we're going to have an inadvertent whistle. And it's going to be Rebel basketball with 40 seconds left in the half. Wolverines up by 6. Paulzine with the ball. Left wing, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson drives in, kicks it to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Johnson. Johnson over to Deacon. Deacon drives in, throws it back to Champ Mitchell. Champ Mitchell looks at Colton Mitchell. Colton Mitchell, little scoop shot, no good. Gets it back to Paulzine. Paulzine will put it up and in. 21-17 lead for the Wolverines. Nickel drives in, a lot of contact. No clue how that's not a foul, but that's a nice make by Nickel. And it's going to be a carry by the Rebels. 1.9 seconds left. Wolverines turn it over on the inbound pass from Kermeen. Champ Mitchell misses the long three. It's going to be no good. We have a 23-17 lead for the Wolverines going into the half. Again, I'm glad all of you guys are watching, but we're not putting out the most entertaining product right now. Hopefully a little bit better in the second half. We'll come back to you at the end of the half with some stats. All right, we'll run through the first half stats. Ethan Nickel leads the Wolverines with 9 points. He also has 6 rebounds. Jordan Toll has 1 point, 2 rebounds. Colby Kermeen, 4 points and 5 rebounds. Kimvangsa, 4 points, 1 rebound. Olsen, 3 points, 1 rebound. Wassman, 2 points, 1 rebound. And as a team, they're 2 for 4 from the line and 9 for 24 from the field, shooting 38% from the field. I'd say that's a cold half, but that's pretty much what we've shot on average for the year. So it's kind of normal. We'll see if the Wolverines can keep up the strong part of the second half of the first half. That's not the way I wanted to say it. They played better the second half of the first half. See if the Wolverines can keep that up here in the actual second half. And we'll limp out of here, both them and me, with a victory. It's a long day.
Offensive board, 8-2.
Another little stat nugget from Kipfer. The Rebels out-rebounded the Wolverines on the offensive end. They have 8 offensive rebounds. The Wolverines have 2. Wolverines start out with the ball here in the second half. Nickel has it left wing, throws it over to Kermeen. Kermeen skip pass to Kimvangsa. Kimvangsa throws it to Wassman. Wassman drives in, back to Kimvangsa. Kimvangsa drives in, over to Kermeen. Kermeen, 3-point shot, up and good. Good ball movement for the Wolverines to start out the second half. Mitchell with the ball for the Rebels, kicks it over to Schmitz. Schmitz drives in, mid-range jumper, fakes it, throws it into Clevin. Layup's good. Nice play there by Schmitz. Kimvangsa throws it over to Nickel. Nickel over to Wassman. Wassman throws it into the middle, gets tapped out. Kermeen gets it. Kermeen gets it over to Kimvangsa. Wolverines slow the pace down. Throws it over to Nickel. Nickel, look at the 3-point shot, decide no. Throw it over to Toll, gets it back. Skips it over to Kimvangsa, who throws it into Kermeen, who throws a little fadeaway 2-point shot, no good. Schmitz with the ball, throws it over to Johnson. Johnson throws it back to Schmitz. Schmitz back to Johnson. Johnson layup up and good. Both teams a little more fine-tuned here in the second half. Nickel has it in the middle, throws it over to Kermeen. Kermeen will take a 2-point shot, puts it up and good. Kermeen now with 9 points on the night. Mitchell has it left wing. Drives in. Kimvangsa, nice hand. Wassman fights for it on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball and be Rebel basketball. Schmitz inbounds it. Takes a 3-point shot. Corner, no good. Kermeen rebound. Kermeen drives in. Throws it over to Nickel. Nickel, that's his spot. And it's a 10-point lead for the Wolverines. After starting up 10-0, the Rebels have been outscored 31-11. Schmitz, mid-range shot, up and good. Rebels back in their 2-2-1 press. Wolverines get it in the middle, break it pretty easily, and are going to set up a little set here on offense. Kimvangsa throws it into Wassman, has it in the middle, drives in, 2-point shot, up and good, and a chance for a 3-point play. Nice job for Wassman to square up and attack the hole there. Wolverines at every level, C squad, B squad, and varsity. A lot of guys get it right in the middle of the zone there and then just kick it out. Get it and attack. We're big and strong. That's how we're going to score. Wassman can't complete the 3-point play, and Schmitz and the Rebels are off and running. Johnson has the ball left wing, drives in, mid-range jumper, no good. Nickel with the rebound, but loses it out of bounds. 10-point lead for the Wolverines with 14:53 left in the second half. Schmitz throws the ball up to Johnson. Johnson over to Schmitz. Schmitz over to Johnson. Johnson back to 10. That's Tettinger, who played B squad, and he's in here for the second half. He played 2 halves of B. Rebels throw the ball out of bounds. Rebels all out of sorts here on offense today. Wolverines doing a pretty good job in their zone. Kimvongsa gets it over to Nickel. Nickel over to Kimvongsa. Kimvongsa gets it across half court, drives all the way in, scoops it over to Wassman. Wassman pulls it out to Nickel. Nickel back to Wassman. Wassman 3-point shot, up and in. 36-23 lead for the Wolverines with 14:07 left in the second half. And the Rebels are going to have to call timeout. All right, Rebels are going to inbound the ball down by 13 with 14 minutes left in the second half. Tettinger throws it to Schmitz. Schmitz into Mitchell. Mitchell throws it back to Clevin. Clevin, no good, gets his own rebound, and he's going to be fouled by Wassman. And Clevin's going to go to the line. I believe this is the guy the Wolverines are okay with shooting free throws, though. It didn't look too smooth from the line earlier in the game. First free throw up and very short. Wolverines might have to employ the hack of Clevin strategy here in the second half. Second one up, also no good. Wassman throws it ahead to Olsen. Olsen's going to dribble over. Throw it to Wassman. Wassman to Kermeen. Kermeen to Wassman. Wolverines a little out of sorts, but that's okay with the lead. Throwing it around the top of the key. Wassman has it, looks at Nickel. Nickel gets it back to Olsen. Olsen 3-point shot. No good. Good look, though, for the freshman. Wolverines back in their zone. Rebels really have had no answer for a long time on offense. Mitchell, high post shot, no good, and they get the rebound. Second chance opportunity. That's really the only time they've scored in the game. It's on second chance opportunities. Clevin, deep inside, hook shot, no good. Toll with the rebound. Kermeen throws it to Toll. Toll throws it over to Nickel. Nickel drives all the way in. Oh! He got up on that, took a lot of contact, misses it, but he's going to get 2 shots. That's about as athletic looking of a miss as you can get. First free throw up and good. Mitchell's going to check in for Johnson. Second free throw up and no good. Refs might have missed a travel, so them throwing it out of bounds. There's the makeup call. Wolverines have a 14-point lead here with 13 minutes left in the second half. Toll showing off the handles, top of the key, gets it over to Nickel. Nickel over to Wassman. Wassman throws it back to Toll. Toll will drive in and score. 39-23 lead for the Wolverines. I'm a little off on my score prediction. I said the Wolverines would score 39 points total, and they're already there. I might be correct on the other side, though. Toll skips it over to Kermeen. Kermeen, three-point shot up and no good. Rebound by Tettinger. Schmitz with the ball, left wing, throws it in to Clevin. Clevin throws it to the ground. Tettinger gets it back to Mitchell. Mitchell mid-range shot, no good. Nickel rebound. Nickel pushing the ball up. Ooh. That 7-foot wingspan by Schmitz really got to the Wolverines there as Kermeen slaps it out of bounds. You know, the Wolverines lost by 17 earlier in the season over there. I was telling Kipfer, MCC's a hard place to play, probably the two hardest places to play in the conference outside of Southwest Christian are MCC and Mountain Lake, and it's showing. They looked like a different team at home, and the Wolverines look like a different team here. Schmitz gets called for the charge there. He was out of control going down low, but the Rebels are not very happy with that call. Rebel fan hopes that the ref's career is over after today, I think that's what they said. Either way, the Wolverines get the ball, and the ball doesn't lie. Olsen with the nice little scoop shot. I think Olsen's trying to join Jelly Fam out there with that little scoop layup. 18-point lead for the Wolverines. Mitchell throws the ball away, and it's going to be a jump ball. Nickel has the ball left wing, throws it over to Wall. Wall over to Olsen. Olsen drives in, kicks it to Nickel. Nickel, three-point shot up and no good. Schmitz with the rebound. Schmitz throws it over to Mitchell. Mitchell pulls it back out to Champ Mitchell. Champ Mitchell's going to throw it in to Clevin. Clevin out to Johnson. Johnson, two-point shot up, no good. Rebound by Wall. Wolverines have really cleaned things up on the boards. 41-23 lead for the Wolverines. Wolverines are just going to slow down the pace. Olsen drives it in, throws it to Toll, but it's tipped out of bounds. It's going to be Wolverine basketball. Nickel with the ball, right wing, drives in, throws it over to Wassman. Wassman over to Nickel. Nickel over to Olsen. Olsen over to Kermeen. Kermeen over to Wassman. Wassman over to Wall. Wall over to Kermeen. Kermeen pulls it back out. Wolverines running some clock here. Gets it over to Nickel, top of the key. Gets a pick from Wassman. Almost throws it away, but Kermeen catches it. A lot of contact. Gets it over to Olsen. Olsen. And he's going to be called for 5 seconds there. Not a good turnover, but the Wolverines did take a minute off the clock there. 41-23 lead for the Wolverines with 9:23 left in the second half. Schmitz throws it over to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Schmitz. Schmitz looks diagonal over to Champ Mitchell. Champ Mitchell has it out at the three-point line. And Wall's going to be called for the foul. Originally, this was going to be the last home game for the Wolverines, but the Wolverines are going to be playing here on Tuesday. They have the 6th seed. They play the 11th seed, Alden Conger, here 7 p.m. Tuesday night. Johnson ends up hitting a 3. Rebels are going to call a timeout. The lead is now 41-26 Wolverines with 9 minutes left, as the Rebels are going to try to make one last run at the Wolverines here. All right, 41-26 lead for the Wolverines, 9 minutes left in the second half. Rebels out in their press trying to create some turnovers here. Olsen dribbles up for the Wolverines. Olsen drives in, and it's going to be a charge. Johnson did a nice job of stepping in there. Freshman a little out of control. Toll's going to check in for Whitewall. Still a 15-point lead here for the Wolverines. 8:46 left in the second half. Olsen's just got to slow down. Schmitz has it top of the key over to Deacon. Deacon drives in. Ball's tipped by Olsen, but tapped back out to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it over to Other Mitchell. Other Mitchell back to Schmitz. Schmitz drives in. Nice little runner. Cuts the lead down to 13. Wolverines do not want to let the Rebels back in this game. Too good of a team to do that. Wolverines have to follow that fine line of running the clock but getting good shots and still looking to score. Oh, Nickel with the nice drive, jump stop, a lot of contact, no foul called. I don't know about that. Sometimes he gets punished because he's strong and he finishes through contact and he doesn't get the call. That's one of those times. Schmitz, mid-range jumper, no good. Toll rebound. Olsen with the ball for the Wolverines. Kicks it out to Kermeen. Kermeen throws it over to Toll. Toll over to Nickel. Nickel looks in at Kermeen. Throws it over to Wassman. Wassman over to Olsen. Olsen's going to go baseline. And the Rebels are going to get the steal, turn it back over. Wolverine basketball. 7 minutes left, 13-point lead for the Wolverines. Nickel with the ball, top of the key. Throws it over to Olsen. Olsen into Wassman. Wassman kicks it back out to Toll. Toll over to Kermeen. Kermeen over to Nickel. Nickel drive in. Jump stop. It's going to be a charge. That time Schmitz did slide in, and that was a charge. Again, we don't like the turnovers, but that was a minute off the clock. After a mask check from the refs, looks like the players clean that up here a little bit. 41-28 lead with 6 minutes left. Champ Mitchell with the ball, left corner, throws it up. Now throws it up to Colton Mitchell. Colton Mitchell back to the corner to Champ Mitchell. Champ Mitchell take the three up, no good. Nickel with the rebound. Nice outlet pass to Kermeen, who could have just held on to the ball but didn't. And it's going to be Rebel basketball. Champ Mitchell with the ball left wing. Drives in, throws it over to Johnson in the right corner. Johnson over to Champ Mitchell. Champ Mitchell thinking about things, gets it over to Schmitz. Schmitz will drive in, throw it back to Deacon. Deacon will drive in, mid-range jumper, no good. Wolverines now again take some clock off, but we can still score. Kermeen has it right wing, throws it over to Wassman. Wassman into Toll. Toll will make a nice little move. Layup up, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up and good. Toll shoots at a very high percentage. He doesn't shoot enough. He's dangerous when he gets the ball inside. Schmitz drives in, falls down, and the Wolverines push the ball up, and Deacon taps it out of bounds. Kimbaksa inbounding the ball for the Wolverines, throws it into Nickel. Nickel in the lane, got absolutely hacked. No call. Should have told him to lay off the weight room this winter. Get a little skinnier, he'll get those calls. Champ Mitchell with the ball inside, no good. Colton Mitchell rebound, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson is gonna throw it, and Schmitz with the nice little save. Colton Mitchell has ball right wing, throws it back up to Schmitz. Schmitz will take a long-range three-point shot, no good. It's just not the Rebels' night. They cannot buy a shot. Kimbaksa has the ball, kicks it over to Kermeen. Kermeen back to Kimbaksa, and Nas is going to try to regroup things, figure out how to handle the last 4.5 minutes. 43-28 lead for the Wolverines. All right, Wolverines with a 15-point lead with 4:23 left in the second half. Wolverines inbound the ball. Kimbaksa gets it over to Wassman. Wassman over to Nickel. Nickel over to Toll. Toll over to Kermeen. Kermeen over to Kimbaksa. Kimbaksa drives in, throws it to Toll. Toll misses the layup. Gets the rebound, misses the layup. Gets the rebound, misses the layup. He got hit maybe 5 times there, but we're just going to move on. 15-point lead for the Wolverines. Schmitz trying to force the issue, no good. Deacon again throws up a prayer, no good. And Kermeen's going to fall down. This is getting sloppy. And Deacon just throws it up and it goes in. The prayer. Deacon can't finish the three-point play, and it's still a 43-30 lead for the Wolverines. Oh, so we had 45 at the break, so they took 2 points away from us. No, I don't know what I'm going crazy. I've seen too many missed shots today. Kermian's going to go to the free throw line. First one's up and good. 44-30 lead for the Wolverines. Second free throw up and good from Kermian. Olsen's going to check in for him. 15-point lead with 3:21 left in the second half. Schmitz kicks it to the corner to Deacon. Deacon back to Schmitz. Schmitz throws it into Mitchell. Mitchell over to Johnson. Johnson over to Mitchell. Mitchell up and no good. Deacon gets the rebound. Wolverines forget to grab the ball. Schmitz going to drive in again. No good. They are just not shooting well today again. This is a tough place to play. What? That gym, the floor gets slick though. They have no ventilation. Nickel with the basketball. Throws it into Kimvangsa. Kimvangsa throws it over to Nickel. Nickel crosses half court. Steps through, gets it to Kimvangsa. Kimvangsa gets the ball over to Wassman. Wassman to Nickel. Nickel drives in, pulls it back out, throws it over to Wassman. Wassman over to Olsen. Olsen over to Kimvangsa. Wolverines work it around the three-point line. Olsen's going to drive in, mid-range shot, up and good. 47-30 lead now for the Wolverines. Deacon with the ball in the corner, and it looks like the Rebels are going to just decide this isn't their night and put in the bench. 2:04 left. And it's going to be we're going to get a lot of subs in here. I'll say it once everybody's in. All right. 2, 4, 5. Okay. Cole Clevin, Ian Penner, Sebastian Renault, Colby Kermeen, and Wyatt Wall on the floor for the Wolverines. 47-30 lead with 2 minutes left. Clevin, ball inside, kicks it out to Kermeen. Kermeen forgets how to catch the ball. Wall with the nice steal. Moody's going to check in for Caden. Moody's going to check in for Colby Kermeen. Renault has the ball top of the key. Throws it over to Clevin. Clevin over to Moody. Moody into Penner. Penner squares up. Wild left-handed hook shot. No good. Rebound by the Rebels. And the Rebels are going to be called for a travel. It is just not the Rebels' night tonight. Rebels are a good basketball team. So don't let your eyes be fooled by just this game. They are going to be a tough out in the playoffs. Renault throws it top of the key to Penner. Penner over to Wall. Wall throws it into Renault. Renault shot block, no good. Rebel basketball. Rebels swing the ball around the top of the key. look to get a good shot for one of these guys that works hard in practice. Good for them to get an opportunity here, too, at the end of a game where the score's not too close. And Wall gets the rebound for the Wolverines. Renault's going to have the ball. Gets it over to Wall. Gets it over to Moody. Moody's going to take a three-point shot. No good. 15 seconds left. 47-30 lead for the Wolverines. Rebels miss another shot. And the Wolverines are just going to let the clock run out. Big win for the Wolverines over a conference opponent. Wolverines are going to move to 9-8 overall on the year, 9-7 in the conference, which actually might bump them up for a tie for fourth place in the conference, a three-way tie maybe for fourth place between Hills and MCC if my math is correct. MCC is going to move to 10-7 on the year and 9-7 in the conference. So yes, that does put them in a tie with them and Hills. Again, the Wolverines are the 6th seed in Section 2A. They are going to play Alden Conger here at home, and if they win that game, they are going to play on Thursday in Grenada against TML GEC, the Alphabet Soup team. So that's where the Wolverines are. The Wolverine girls are the 7th seed. They play the 2 seed Martin County West in Trimont on a Wednesday. Get you the stats here real quick. On the game, I'll start running through them. Ethan Nickel had 13 points and 9 rebounds. Jordan Toll had 5 points and 9 rebounds. Colby Kermeen had 11 points and 7 rebounds. Damon Kinvonksa 4 points, 1 rebound. Carter Olson 7 points, 1 rebound. Cade Wassman 7 points, 3 rebounds. As a team, they were 18 for 45 from the field. That is 40%, if my math is correct. And from the line, they were 5 for 9, which is 55%. Again, 47-30 win for the Wolverines. They move to 9-7, and we will see you all on Tuesday night.